So Didi is just going to play his audios. He has quite a few Kirtan recordings, so I guess we'll play one or two. And I think he also has a recording of Prabhupada's Savak. Yeah, it's just good. Great. So Prabhupada's Savak, I think everyone's familiar. So it's Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj's prayers to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And a fun fact is that when Babaji Maharaj popularized these prayers, now they're sung in every Gaudiya Math, but he used to go around singing it from Gaudiya Math to Gaudiya Math. So at the end, he would do Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya. And that's where Srila Prabhupada's disciples, our Srila Prabhupada's disciples picked that up from. So how we chant Jaya Prabhupada after every kirtan, that actually came from Akinchana Krishna Babaji Maharaj. He was the one who inspired that practice.
Jai.
Jai. Okay, so the lyrics are here. Okay, Didi, I think we're ready. You can play the audio. Okay. And I'm just going to mute as well, and we can all just sing along with Babaji Maharaj.
Janar Buddha-radhita Pada-jugam Sujanar Buddha-radhita Pada-jugam Yuga Dharma Samhara Atravar Yuga Dharma Durandara Ujjapadam Pranamami Sada Prabhu Padapadam Pranamami Sada Prabhu Naradita Sajjana Sanghapati Bhaja Naradita Sajjana Sanghapati Potita Dhika Karuni Koika Goti Potita Dhika Karuni Koika Goti Goti Bantita Banchaka Tinta Padam Goti Bantita Banchaka Tinta Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhu Padapadam Pranamami Sada Prabhu Padapadam Omala Kanchana Dirghatanam Omala Kanchana Dirghatanam Tanu হে মমৃ নালমদম
Nalamadam
নারবুদা বন্দিত চন্দ্রপদম
Chandrapadam
মামি সদা প্রভু পাদপদম
Pranamami sada Prabhu Padapadam
সেবক তারক রঞ্জিত নিজা
Vidurtahitahum Krita Simhavaram Varanagata Varisa Sandapadam Pranamami sada Prabhu Padapadam Guru Gaura Kisoraka Dasya Param Paramadita Bhakti Vinoda Padam Paramadita Bhakti Vinoda Padam Paramadita Bhakti Vinoda Padam Pranamami sada Prabhu Padapadam Raguru Rupa Sanatana Kirtidharam Kirta Jivakaram Gamirajanarutam Sakhyapadam Pranamami sada Prabhu Padapadam Hare Kripaya Hari Kirtanam Tidhara Prabhu सुतादयितानुचरम् चरणाश्रितरेणुधरास्तमहम् चरणाश्रितरेणुधरास्तमहम् महदद्भुतपावनशक्तिपदम् महदद्भुतपावनशक्तिपदम् प्रणमामि सदा प्रभुपादपदम्
प्रणमामि सदा
सदा प्रभुपादपदम्
प्रणमामि सदा
सदा प्रभुपादपदम्
प्रणमामि सदा
सदा प्रभुपादपदम्
प्रभुपद जय राम प्रभुपद जय राम
जय जय प्रभुपाद
They're all
Jai.
ecstatic.
Very ecstatic, Kirtana.
Yeah, all the devotees are like jumping off the walls. It's beautiful. Okay. Um, Didi, do you select which passages to read off? I love how this happens in real life too. I think I have highlighted some pastimes. Let's see. Okay. This is a pastime just reflecting his extreme humility. So he was supposed to get Diksha from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada at a certain date. And during that time, due to some misunderstanding, a devotee told him that he was not getting Diksha on that day. And this was Babaji Maharaj's response. So we can see from the very beginning the kind of humility that Babaji Maharaj displayed. He was known throughout his life for his extreme humility. He's actually extremely educated. He had masters from Dhaka University at a time where education was like having a degree from a university meant something, right? So he was highly educated, but if you see him, he's extremely simple and he maintained that simplicity throughout his life. So it begins very early on from when he came to Gaudiya Math. All right. Should I read, Didi, that part? Okay. Early days in the Gaudiya Math. After Babaji Maharaj had been living in the temple ashram for about a year, Srila Saraswati Thakur desired to confer Diksha initiation upon him. In this ceremony, the disciple receives specific mantras for worshipping Krishna as well as a new name, which is connected with devotional life. As was the normal practice, Srila Saraswati Thakur had a book with all his aspiring disciples' names in it, and alongside those names were the spiritual names for those aspirants. The name Babaji Maharaj was to receive was Sri Sarveshwar Das Brahmachari. When Babaji Maharaj was approaching the quarters of Srila Saraswati Thakur to receive his new name and mantras, another devotee who was present mistakenly told Babaji Maharaj that he was not to receive initiation on that day. With wonderful humility, Babaji Maharaj simply remarked, "It is only appropriate that things should proceed according to my adhikar, my qualification. It is quite sufficient for me to learn to properly honor and chant the Harinam I have most mercifully received." Overhearing this conversation, Srila Saraswati Thakur immediately called Babaji Maharaj in and gave him initiation. However, instead of giving the name which he had written down, he gave Babaji Maharaj the name Sri Swadhikarananda Das Brahmachari. This translates as one who delights in his devotional qualification. In this connection, it should be noted that in Gaudiya Math, one would receive the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and practice chanting that for a considerable time before receiving a spiritual name and the Gayatri mantras, which are conferred at one's Diksha initiation. This process helps the aspirant to become more sincere and steady in their spiritual practice before one takes on more serious vows along with esoteric mantras. From this episode, we can easily see how true humility and acceptance of one's position is supremely pleasing to the spiritual master. In spiritual life, we should always be grateful for the mercy we have received and never attempt to raise ourselves artificially to a more advanced practice without the guidance of spiritual master. Thank you. Jai Babaji Maharaj. That's such a humble response. It's like, well, of course, I've received Harinam and I should focus on that for now because that's my qualification. He didn't even say, no, but Prabhuji, check again. I think you're making a mistake. I mean,
I would start. I would have a meltdown.
yeah, exactly. I would have a meltdown. What do you mean it's not my initiation today? I'm prepared for this, right? So it's very beautiful. Let's see. Come on. Oh, okay. Here's the part where it mentions how many hours used to chant and perform kirtan per day. Hold on. When Swadhikarananda returned to the mutt in Mayapur, Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada gave him a private room. Oh, before that, Didi, we should do that pastime, right? Like where the god brothers were displeased and yeah. And then we'll get into this one. Okay, this is good. This is good. Bear with me, everyone. This is a good pastime. All right. Seeing Swadhikarananda's pure devotional example, some of his godbrothers began talking amongst themselves in a critical way and even went to complain to Srila Saraswati Thakur about Babaji Maharaj's lifestyle. They asserted that Swadhikarananda's chanting was artificial imitation of Srila Haridas Thakur and that he should continue to the daily services of the temple, preaching efforts and collection of money as the other residents of the ashram were doing. They complained in the following way. He is eating like everyone else, but he is not contributing any money collections. Why does he get to sit and chant all day? Upon hearing their complaints, Srila Saraswati Thakur defended his disciple and his practice of intense bhajan. Hearing their master so vigorously defending Swadhikarananda, these residents of the mutt were taken aback. But unfortunately for them, they did not desist in their pestering and fault-finding ways. Such is the powerful and fiery influence of envy in conditioned souls. Due to their own impurities, they could not comprehend the natural and pure love that Swadhikarananda Prabhu had for the holy name of Krishna. After repeatedly hearing their obscene criticisms, Srila Saraswati Thakur issued a challenge to the young brahmacharis. He offered, if any of you are able to chant like Swadhikarananda, you will get all your food and board without any other obligation. Krishna is the proprietor of all things. Taking complete shelter of his holy names means to take full shelter of him. I want all of you to take shelter of the Lord in his name. If you can do this, then certainly the Lord himself will send us more servants to take care of other aspects of the temple service. Upon hearing this offer, many of the fault-finding residents joined Swadhikarananda in his all-day chanting of the holy names. They all sat with him and attempted to imitate his pure chanting. However, because they lacked his qualification and purity, in other words, his adhikar, they were unable to constantly chant the holy names as he did, with no other engagement. One by one, their heads tilted down in shame, and they stopped chanting, unable to imitate Swadhikarananda's high standard of bhakti. After a few days, all of them had returned to their normal temple services. Although Swadhikarananda's godbrothers could not keep pace with him in chanting, not even for one moment did he ever feel proud. He never felt that he was better than anyone else. In fact, it was just the opposite. The reason for his constant chanting was because he always considered himself in need of the purifying effects of the divine names of Krishna. These are indeed the thoughts of great souls. We should clearly understand that one should never imitate an advanced devotee's spiritual practice or sadhana. Rather, we should always commend and glorify their elevated activities. One should humbly approach such great devotees and inquire how to advance towards a higher stage of devotion. Furthermore, we should feel extremely fortunate to be in the association of such devotees and always see them as an inspiration for our individual practice. Okay, and so I'm just going to skip forward a bit to so after this, I'm just going to recap because this is a long chapter. So after that, none of the god brothers complained anymore, but Swadhikarananda, in other words, Babaji Maharaj, he didn't want his guru to go through any more trouble, because if anybody went to Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada later, that would just mean that Prabhupada would have to spend more time talking to those disciples and defending him, and that would take away from his mission and the time that he could give to preaching. So he left the mutt at night when everyone was asleep, and he decided to go to Rishikesh to preach to the Mayavadis and induce them to chant the holy name of Krishna. But now we're going to hear about how distraught Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was when he heard about this. When Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada found out about Swadhikarananda's leaving, he felt distressed. He had great affection for Swadhikarananda and wanted to get him back as soon as possible. He earnestly requested his disciples to do whatever they could to get Swadhikarananda to come back to the mutt. On Saraswati Thakur's behalf, His Holiness Bon Maharaj took up the task. Bon Maharaj was a well-liked devotee, respected by everyone. He had great skill in speaking to people and helping solve problems. Later, Bon Maharaj would be amongst the first disciples of Saraswati Thakur to attempt preaching in the Western world in the United Kingdom. Bon Maharaj set off for Haridwar and soon found Swadhikarananda. Upon finding him, Bon Maharaj described how their Gurudev was feeling very sad in the absence of his special disciple. Hearing this, Swadhikarananda's heart melted, and he quickly agreed to move back into the ashram. How could he refuse the desire of his beloved spiritual master? When Swadhikarananda returned to the mutt in Mayapur, Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada gave him a private room and made it very clear that his only duty was to chant the holy names as he liked. At this time, Swadhikarananda took up chanting and kirtan for 8 hours a day and 16 hours on his mala beads. He followed this regimen very strictly every single day. The residents of the mutt were completely astonished to see Swadhikarananda's fervor for chanting and did not believe it possible for him to do so for all 24 hours of the day. So the devotees in the mutt started staying up all night, trying to spy into Swadhikarananda's life, see if his nonstop chanting was really going on throughout the night. Surely enough, and to their great bewilderment, they would always find him chanting with undeviating attention and focus. He would simply not sleep. Such was his deep devotion and love for chanting the holy names of Krishna. Unfortunately, once again, devotees attempted to imitate Swadhikarananda's deep absorption in the holy names, but again they failed to even slightly approach his platform. Simply put, his chanting was a natural product of his unlimited outpouring of love for Krishna. When a devotee truly tastes the unlimited nectar of Supreme Lord's Ananda, bliss, feature via his holy names, then only can the devotee actually give up all other engagements as Swadhikarananda did. Jai Namras Vinodi Babaji Maharaj.
Jai. So when was he eating, or was he not eating at all?
He would eat like once a day, and that too labra. So labra is like
Bengali dish, yeah.
yeah, so everything mixed together. So
Yeah.
brown rice, I think it's like a coarse red rice he'd have. Devotees tried their best to offer him opulent prasadam that
Food.
was cooked in the
Mhm.
temple. Yes, they tried. And he would say, Heck, what is this? Take it away. Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Subhak Maharaj's memories. It's very, very nice. I think it's on YouTube. So devotees who want to listen can go listen to that. But basically he says when devotees would try to offer him like sumptuous prasadam that we're used to eating, he would just shun it away and he would say, bring me that khichdi, like the labra. So it's basically coarse, the red rice, hard rice, mixed with all the vegetables and dal. And basically, he just ate to live so that he could continue his bhajan. Basically, that's it. He didn't eat for his tongue or for how we like to relish food, not in that
Right.
sense at all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ajay.
And sometimes he would forego even that, like, because he was chanting for so many hours a day. So sometimes it was just milk, not even that, right? But of course, he's transcendental, so he could go with that.
Right.
Yeah, so it's lovely. Yeah. All right, Didi, you're the boss. Tell us what to do next. Should we go into offering? Okay, so we can all give our offerings to Babaji Maharaj. So Didi and I have written an offering each to Babaji, just praying for his mercy. If anybody else wants to share, you're more than welcome. So I will start with Didi's offering, and then I will give my offering. She's protesting, but I don't listen to her. Okay, we'll start with her, and I also want to give my heartfelt thanks to her and gratitude to her for arranging this today. Krishna has said that his devotees' worship is greater than his own worship. So we're so grateful to Nityanandi Didi today for arranging this session for Babaji Maharaj.
Despite her condition and all the odd things.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it will take lifetimes to get that sort of determination from you, but
True.
I'm so grateful for your association, Didi.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so I'm going to read her offering to Babaji Maharaj. It's very beautiful and very instructive as well. To my most worshipful master, Srila Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, please accept my Sahasra Koti pranams in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your dearest friend, Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to you. On this exalted occasion of your Tirobhava Mahotsava, I beg for your mercy to reflect on your limitless Paramahansa qualities and pastimes. While this offering is a submission from my dirty heart, I find myself totally incapacitated when I try to verbalize your glories. After all, you are a Vaishnav Sugunarnava, and I am more infinitesimal than an ant. How can I even attempt to hold a drop from this ocean? I need the guidance of our previous acharyas, so I'll be relying on their holy words and simply meditating on how you exemplify them perfectly. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's article in his newspaper, The Gauriya, entitled Sri Nam Seva in Sri Dham, rarely defines your transcendental nature in totality. He says the result of serving Sri Nam is that one becomes free from all forms of all prejudice and will become settled in serving Sri Krishna's desires, kama. At a time when disciples of your dear godbrother, Srila Prabhupada, were often denigrated and viewed as malechhas who were too unworthy to be full recipients of Nitai Gauranga's mercy, because of your Dhriranam Nishtha Ruchi and Prem, you never discriminated against them. Rather, you said repeatedly to Srila Prabhupada, as evidenced by your recorded conversations with him, that I have much to learn from them. What to speak of simply accepting them as authorized Vaishnavas, you also called them advanced devotees. This was confusing to the devotees at first, who felt themselves to be novices on the path of devotion. But then the meaning became clear. Their complete surrender and guileless love, and guileless love for Srila Prabhupada was the proof of their advanced status. I beg at your lotus feet for that staunch faith and loyalty to my spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada. Regarding the second part of Srila Saraswati Thakur's statement, we can see that the very few desires you ever carried were only to serve Sri Krishna. More importantly, you taught by your example that the best way to fulfill Krishna's desire is by pleasing his pure devotees and broadcasting their glories. We see that you had an intense desire to meet with Srila Prabhupada always, because that brought him pleasure, and thereby it made Krishna supremely happy. Even when guards were about to get violent with you in an effort to prevent you from meeting Srila Prabhupada, you were determined, no, I will meet him. In Srila Prabhupada's final pastimes, he was always asking for you, Babaji Maharaj Kothai, Babaji Maharaj Kothai. You served him immensely. You massaged his lotus feet just like a loving younger brother Lakshman did for Sri Ramchandra, and you sang beautiful bhajans for him as he requested. Your only other major desire was to establish a thriving mutt at the appearance place of your beloved spiritual master. You bestowed your rare association on Banwari Lal Mahashay's household and inspired him so much by the purity of your bhajan that your dream became a reality. Thousands of souls were introduced to your spiritual master and his scientific process of discovering their real eternal identities and reuniting with Sri Krishna. What could be more pleasing to the Supreme Personality of Godhead than this? Attachment and surrender to Sri Dham is also vital according to your spiritual master. The result of unalloyed service to Sri Dham, he goes on to say, is freedom from the delusions of Mayavad conception, where the Almighty is considered to be nameless, formless, and devoid of any personal interests or activities. Nowadays, we can see this dangerous philosophy has even infiltrated the dhams, because we approach the dham with a desire for gain, worship, and distinction rather than to serve. Therefore, we get covered by the Lord's bewildering potency and are unable to receive the blessings of the Dham. You notice this tendency in the holy Dhams of Rishikesh and Haridwar, and out of your infinite mercy, decided to turn your Bhajananandi self into a preacher by example. You knew that just by seeing you, others would be incited to chant the holy names, and by Srinam Prabhu's power, their misconceptions would be eradicated. Darshane pavitra karo ei tumar guna. With that said, your own attachment to the various Leela studies of Sri Sri Krishna Balaram and Sri Sri Radha Krishna bestows upon us great inspiration. You had a special affinity for Imli Tala, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself would be immersed in intense Nam Japa. No doubt you inherited the wealth of Mahaprabhu's love, because Arjun Prabhu remembers your ecstasy while chanting there all night during Ekadashi. He could clearly understand that sometimes Krishna would appear to you, causing you to laugh your way through the Mahamantra, and at other times Krishna would hide, causing torrents of tears to shoot from your eyes while chanting the holy name in intense longing. You loved Raman Reti too. How could you not, being an eternal Sakha, a steadfast follower of Sri Subal Sakha, the ultimate leader of all of Krishna's friends? You were always eager to see Sri Sri Krishna Balaram installed by Srila Prabhupada. More than anyone, you understood his mood. Due to your close friendship with Krishna Balaram, you understood Balaram's function as Karshan Karak, the cultivator of the unruly land of the hearts of us fallen souls, could not be overlooked or bypassed. You shared with Srila Bhakti Bhringa Govinda Maharaj the topmost secret of Raman Reti that makes its inhabitants the most fortunate. The dust kicked up by the lotus feet of Sri Sri Krishna Balaram, the cowherd boys, the cows and calves, gets deposited on the devotees and lets Krishna Prem blossom. You expressed your deep appreciation for Nandagram to your beloved godbrother, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami. The eminence of Nandagram is described in Sri Ananda Vrindavan Champu by Sri Kavi Karnapur and in such a captivating poetic manner. He gives examples of the special contexts in which certain words are used in Nandagram. For example, he says no one uses the word pira, meaning pain or distress in Nandagram, unless the cowherd boys are calling out to their dear friend Kusumabir. In Nandagram, the word chanchal, ordinarily used to describe the mind, is used to describe the necklaces of the gopas and gopis that swing to and fro in the anticipatory races to meet Krishna. The word kutila, or crooked, is only used to describe Krishna's sidelong glances or curly hair, because no deceitful or crooked people can exist in Nandagram. In your heartbreaking humility, when criticized by devotees of various mutts for being two-faced, you simply agreed with them and proclaimed yourself to be most duplicitous. However, the fact that Nandagram was your home speaks to your innocence, the naturalness of your sweet engagements with other sakhas, and of course, your eagerness to meet your Prananath, Sri Nandanandan. Ultimately, you chose the banks of Pavan Sarovar as your bhajan sthali and followed the life and precepts of Sri Sanatan Goswami. You were so imbued with Srila Sanatan Goswami's divine spirit here that you were able to infuse the addiction he and you have for the holy name into your disciple, Srila Sanatan Das Babaji, upon whom the Vrajavasis have conferred the title Namacharya, just as they have with you. Ultimately, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that service to Sri Nam reaches perfection in Sri Dham because they are indispensably connected. It is in Sri Dham that Sri Nam has been deposited, and all the proof of your perfection from your Nirantar Jap was revealed to us by your causeless grace. This perfection manifests as the emphatic realization that there is nothing true in this world except the holy name. And that is what you last wrote in your notebook before leaving from our external vision. Chanting the holy name of Krishna is the true nectar. The holy name is like honey. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Your last instruction to the young followers of Srila Prabhupada as you uttered it was, my only instruction is to chant Hare Krishna. That's all there is. You also demonstrated your perfection in that you were fully connected with Goloka. You were able to tell devotees what was happening when Srila Prabhupada was externally moaning. You knew internally he was in Goloka embracing Krishna. Oh my God, goosebumps. Only you knew that Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj was unresponsive, that he was in bhav and his prem was ripening. It is exceedingly rare for a fallen soul like me to have the opportunity to even hear about your blessed name. I completely credit Srila Prabhupada for this deluge of mercy. Although I knew of you casually before, I never paid you proper respect, or indeed much heed at all, which I wholeheartedly regret. This year, Srila Prabhupada changed my life. Upon reading and hearing his conversations with you and seeing his profuse, unreserved affection for you, I searched for you on YouTube and came across one of your tremendous kirtans. That's it. I was hooked. That morning, I heard your kirtan again and again on loop, and that day, spiritual miracles born of your munificence kept pouring in. I became desirous to know more about you and to take shelter of you. Now people say I am obsessed with you because I am constantly scurrying on the internet for your rare kirtans and searching for devotees' experiences pertaining to you. But I think my thirst to hear about you is not remiss. You are unique. You are the Namacharya of the modern times. I love how you sing the 2 verses of Chaitanya Bhagavat, sometimes in the midst of your kirtans, because you truly are describing yourself. Prabhu bole kohila mei mahamantra, iha jap gya shabe koriya nirbandha. The Lord said, please hear this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Please chant this Mahamantra daily in Nirbandha, multiples of 64 rounds, or constantly. Iha huite sarva siddhi hoibe sabar, sarvakkhana balo ite vidhi nahi ar. The Lord continued, by chanting in this way, one will achieve all perfection in one's life. Please keep on chanting constantly, because there is no consideration of any rules and regulations for this chanting process. Due to the strong current of your Nam Prem, you were able to pull normally dispassionate souls into the frenzied madness that comes when chanting the holy names purely. Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj describes well that when we hear your kirtans, we can hear the accompanying devotees joining with a little reticence at first, but then fairly quickly their inhibitions diminish. By the midpoint of a kirtan with you, they are participating with full gusto, and soon after, the force of your chanting is so powerful that many are screaming out loud and moaning as they become overwhelmed by the flood of love. Premirabunnu. Sri Nityananda Ram brought this flood to Gauradesh, but Nityanandavesh Srila Prabhupada inundated the whole world. Srila Prabhupada entrusted you to grant this experience, even if just for a few glimpses of what the synthesis of Sri Nam and Sri Dham truly looks like. Like your dear Nitai Chand, you distributed this indiscriminately without any consideration of who was high or low. Preme Motto Nityananda Kripa Avatar Uttama Adhama Kichu Na Kare Vichar. Babaji Maharaj, I have a confession to make, and I must beg your forgiveness at your lotus feet. Over the last few months, after reading your Charitra, I felt that you are very elusive. From one point of view, that may be correct. You are like your beloved Nitai, an Avadhut type personality. But I neglected to see how merciful you can really be if it serves the purpose of furthering Nitai's mission. Only after listening to Arjun Prabhu's Katha, where you, the personality who cannot stand obeisances to the point where your instinct is to either run away or immediately offer obeisances back, put your lotus feet on the heads of Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Arjun Prabhu, and others, because they wanted your mercy to continue to please Srila Prabhupada through prachar. Did I realize that magnanimity knew no bounds? Please forgive me for my superficial assumptions, Babaji Maharaj. Personalities like yourself are truly very difficult to understand. Falling at your lotus feet, I can simply beg that you bestow upon me at least a scent of Guru Nishtha, Nam Shraddha, and Dham Seva. It is said that even a drop from these unfathomable oceans may be too much for a beginner to handle, so begging for a cent is more appropriate, so that one can at least start to sincerely hanker for them. Please have compassion on this fallen soul, and bless me to remember the lotus feet of Sri Sri Banking Dev Nityananda Rai and their sakhas treading through the dust of Ekachakra Dham at the time of my departure from this mortal coil. If I ever get a chance to go to Pavan Sarovar in this lifetime, I beg you with tears in my eyes to accept whatever little I can offer. I know you are Akinchan, Nishkanchan, but please do not turn such an Adham as me away. May I keep your lotus feet at the forefront of my mind and in the deepest chambers of my heart. Your most unworthy, aspiring servant eternally, Nityananda Dasi. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, I'm speechless. Sorry, just a moment here. That was very touching.
Yeah, that was a beautiful offering. I have no words, adjectives to describe.
Likewise.
Okay. Oh, I don't know how to read mine after this. Okay.
It's
Yes.
okay, we all will join you in sobbing after yours.
Yes.
Okay. Asking forgiveness ahead of time. This is a very poor attempt. Dearest Babaji Maharaj, please accept the Sahasrakoti pranams of this fallen soul at your lotus feet. Please do not remove your lotus feet from us today or run away in humility, or what hope will remain for our deliverance. I offer my obeisances again and again to Srila Prabhupada, by whose mercy we can begin to understand your hidden glories and mysterious transcendental character. I also offer my respectful obeisances to the Saragrahi, essence-seeking, swan-like assembled devotees who have gathered here to worship your lotus feet. These rare souls have understood Krishna's Vani perfectly. Worship of my devotees is greater than my own worship. Amar bhaktir puja ama hoite boro. And as all Shastras declares, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Goy, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hai. Hey Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, I truly do not know how to glorify you. Truly, I do not know. Still, with a trembling heart and an unqualified mind, I am trying to say a few words, knowing well that this is my chance for purification. As Devkinandan Thakur says, Vandana korite moi koto shakti dhori, tamo buddhi doshe moi dambha matra kori. Tathapi mukher bhagya manero ullas, doshak shami mo dhame karo nijadas. What power do I have to glorify Mahaprabhu's devotees? Yet out of ignorance and unmitigated pride, I attempt to do so, thinking myself so qualified. Even though I am unable to express their greatness, still my heart rejoices at my great good fortune in being able to offer prayers. Therefore, O Master, kindly forgive the faults of this fallen soul and make me your servant. Dear Babaji Maharaj, from the first day I heard of your divine pastimes and glories, a certain conviction has quietly yet repeatedly settled in my heart. Please forgive me if I transgress Maryada and become audacious in expressing it. My only petition is that you do not become displeased with me for voicing this thought, for the truths about you which gave rise to such a notion are well known throughout the Gaudiya community, like the effulgence of the sun, and simple-hearted devotees take delight in them. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes in Chaitanya Charitamrita that the heaviest branch of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tree of devotional service is Lord Nityananda. His associates are innumerable, and they have submerged this world in Krishna Prema. Nityanandira Ganajato Shababraja Shakha. All the associates of Lord Nityananda were formerly cowherd boys in Brajabhumi. Anargala Prema Shrabar Chishta Anargal Prema Dite Krishna Dite Dhare Mahabal. All these devotees possessed unlimited strength to deliver unobstructed, unceasing love of Krishna. By their own power, they could give Krishna and Krishna Prem to anyone. Sangshepe kohilam ei Nityanandagan, jahara avadhi na paye sahasravadan. I have only briefly described some of the followers of Lord Nityananda. Even the 1,000-mouthed Sheshnag cannot reach the limit of their glories. Seeing your intense devotion to Sri Sri Krishna Balaram, your deep attachment to Subala Sakha, Sri Gauridas Pandit, your merciful revelation to Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj of your eternal identity in Sakyaras, and your life and soul relationship with Nityananda Vesh Srila Prabhupada, my fallen heart cannot help but conclude that you too belong to that most merciful camp, a sub-branch of Mahapatita Pavan Param Karunamay Premadata Sri Nityananda Ram. Your qualities are therefore Ananta, for you are an eternal associate of Ananta Nitai. They are like an endless ocean, and I stand at its shore, not knowing where to begin, not even knowing how to enter. At that moment, naturally, the heart runs to its eternal shelter, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Swami Srila Prabhupada. For it is He who has given us the key to understand you. He called you Akinchan, and He ordered everyone else to do so. And in that one word, everything is contained. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Verse 12. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunais tatra samrishate sura. For one who has unflinching devotional faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is engaged in His service, all good qualities become manifest in his person. Srila Prabhupada, in his commentary, then lists 26 qualities of a pure devotee, Paramahansa. He is kind to everyone. He does not make anyone his enemy. He is truthful. He is equal to everyone. No one can find any fault in him. He is magnanimous. He is mild. He is always clean. He is without possessions. He works for everyone's benefit. He is very peaceful. He is always surrendered to Krishna. He has no material desires. He is very meek. He is steady. He controls his senses. He does not eat more than required. He is not influenced by the Lord's illusory energy. He offers respect to everyone. He does not desire any respect for himself. He is very grave. He is merciful. He is friendly. He is poetic. He is expert, and he is silent. It is clear from this description that when Srila Prabhupada deemed you as an Akinchan and told his disciples that you were a Paramahansa, he testified to the world as a Nityasiddha Mahabhagavat himself that you were the embodiment of all these qualities described in Srimad Bhagavatam. What more can be said of your glories? We can become perfect by meditating on even one of these qualities that you possess. Those who came before you have spoken very simply, that you never criticized anyone, that you never cared for honor, that you would not accept obeisances, that when people begged for mercy, you would say, "No, you please give me your mercy. I need it more." You never cared for worldly possessions, and the only constant throughout your life was the holy name. This is Akinchanya, to be emptied of everything except the holy name, Harar Namaiva Kevalam, or rather, to have been stripped of everything by Harinam Prabhu himself. Bhakti Vinod Thakur gives us language for this. Kori eto upadrava chitte varshe sudhadrava. মোরে মোরে দ্বারে প্রেমের মোরে দরে প্রেমের সাগরে কিছু না বুঝিতে দিল মোরে তো বাতুল কইল মোর চিত্ত বৃত্ত সব হরে While causing such an ecstatic disturbance, the holy name showers liquid nectar on my heart and drowns me in the ocean of divine love of Godhead. He does not allow me to understand anything, for he has made me truly mad and has stolen away my heart and all my wealth. In this sense, your title Akinchana acquires another layer of meaning. You are Akinchan not only because you possess nothing. You are Akinchan because Hari, in the form of Harinam, has stolen everything from you and replaced it with himself. Those who come in contact with you have all affirmed that your voice was always choked with ecstasy when speaking, Gad Gad Ruddhaya voice. Sometimes you would laugh, at other times cry. Sometimes you would be calm, at other times restless like a child. No one could fully make you out. The holy name had indeed caused disturbance in you. You became a person difficult for the world to classify because Nam Prabhu had made you his own and was making you act according to his sweet will. Though unable to understand it, still open hearted devotees could experience it. Coming into your vicinity was like being struck by wave after wave of Krishna Prema. Moreover, those who have once had the good fortune of attending your kirtans have nurtured a lifelong longing for Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. The Acharyas tell us that when a pure devotee chants, it is not ordinary sound. As taught by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Harinam Chintamani, when a pure devotee chants, the dust of Sri Krishna's lotus feet mixes with that vibration and enters into the ears of the listener. One of your favorite verses was a prayer by Srila Sridhar Maharaj that you would sing before kirtans. Krishna Nam Sidhu Dhama Dhanya Dana Sagaram Prema Dhama Deva Meva Naumi Gaura Sundaram. Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the personified form of the oceanic consciousness of the flavor of nectar found in the holy names. I sing with joy the unending glories of my sweet Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the golden Gaur Sundar, the one and only divine abode of pure love. There is no doubt that you are constantly relishing the rasa of the holy name, Shuddhanam. Krishna is dancing on your tongue. Everyone who has come in contact with you has affirmed that there is not an instant when your tongue was not vibrating the holy name. To our minds, this may seem extraordinary, and yet it is completely natural if we consider that you are relishing Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu, Rasaraj, Rasika Shekhar, Nandakumar, Sri Krishna himself. How can that thirst ever be quenched? Your tongue has become like Shachi Devi, giving birth to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of transcendental sound vibration. As revealed in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Sachi Mata is the tongue of every jiva, giving birth to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of the transcendental sound vibration, the holy name. Srila Prabhupada also reveals another meaning of Akinchan in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Akinchan is one who depends solely on Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as their only shelter, giving up faith in all other material possessions. You have done so factually, for Sri Nam Prabhu is none other than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And your existence, and your entire existence, stands before the world as a thunderous proclamation that the holy name is everything. To call you Akinchan is also to confess something about ourselves, the struggling Kali Yuga Jeeves. We are full of desires, full of secondary hopes, full of side interests, full of duplicity, full of mental burden. We want Krishna, but also comfort. We want Nam, but also distraction. We want bhakti, but also recognition. And then we see you, who wanted nothing, needed nothing but the holy name. You stand before us as living evidence that the name does not reveal himself cheaply. The holy name gives himself fully to one who has truly become Akinchan. And yet here lies the paradox. Though we are not Akinchan, we approach Akinchan for mercy to gain everything. We do not come because we are qualified. We come because we are destitute and because you are merciful. From the beginning of your life, you demonstrated what the Shastra calls sumedasa, the highest intelligence. From the very moment you took shelter of your spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, You understood where intelligence in Kali Yuga must culminate. Yagyai Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedhasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna. You embodied this verse. In the temple, your sole engagement was chanting Hare Krishna day and night. When some god brothers complained, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur did not restrain you. Rather, he defended and honored that chanting mood, even saying that an advertisement should be placed for sincere souls willing to chant Krishna's name day and night. Some came and left, but you remained steadfast, sthit pragya in your nitya dharma. Harar nama, harar nama, harar nama iva kevalam. Kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyatha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also revealed how one may take shelter of the holy name. Tranadapi sunichena, taroreva sahishnuna, amani namanadena kirtaniya sadahari. Some glimmers of your extreme humility and tolerance have already been described, but let us now consider their natural fruit, constant chanting. Phalena parichayate. Devotees recount that you spent 8 hours daily in Sankirtan and 16 hours chanting. Those who slept near you testified that you hardly slept at all. You passed the night in quiet chanting, and whenever someone asked you a question, you would simply reply Hare Krishna with childlike innocence. And because you are a Namras Vinodi, you could immediately recognize another topmost servant of Nam Prabhu. You were among the few who deeply recognized Srila Prabhupada. After all, it takes one to know one. Srila Prabhupada prayed in the Jaladuta, Bhakti nai Vedanai name khub doro, Bhakti Vedanta name be sarthak karo. In his humility, he prayed that he had no devotion, no learning, but very strong faith in the holy name of Krishna, and begged Krishna to make the name Bhaktivedanta successful. You saw that ahaituki, apratihata devotion to the holy name in Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada before the world was benefited from it. You knew from the time Srila Prabhupada was accepting sannyas that one day he would fulfill Gauranga Mahaprabhu's prediction and spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world. And you declared to his disciples later on that there was no greater acharya, no greater spiritual master who ever existed, because there was no greater devotee and servant of the holy name. You taught us how to recognize a Mahatma. We are conditioned to look for charisma, erudition, eloquence, institutional power, mystical novelty, or emotional display. But your life teaches another criterion. Who has truly taken shelter of the holy name? Who has become possessed by the holy name? Who has become humbler than a blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree because of the holy name? Who has lost taste for everything else because of the holy name? And by that measure, your life towers. And yet, despite all this exaltation, what shines most is your humbleness, your meekness. You were highly educated, fluent in English and Bengali, and yet you mostly just chanted Hare Krishna. Devotees asked questions, you replied with the Mahamantra. If you were offered respect, you returned it multifold. When begged for mercy, you begged from them instead. This was not anti-preaching, it was the greatest preaching. You were distributing the knowledge that speech reaches perfection when it utters Nam. The holy name is the gateway to form, qualities, pastime, service, remembrance, attachment, and prema. In Kali Yuga, there is no independent route around Nam. The name is not preliminary. The name is the path, the shelter, the method, the association, and the goal. You are the greatest benefactor and preacher, for you followed in the footsteps of Adi Guru Nityananda by honoring his orders. Jive Daya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharma Sar. Babaji Maharaj, my condition is pitiful. I chant and do not taste. I hear and remain distracted. I know some siddhant but lack urgency. I say the name but do not and cannot cry. I tell Nitai that I am dependent on him while still holding on to other hopes. Therefore, your life is both consoling and devastating. Consoling because it proves that the holy name truly gives himself. Devastating because it reveals how little I have actually approached him. So what can we beg from you? Only this. Please give us Name Ruchi. Please let us understand, even faintly, why you could spend night after night awake and chanting Harinam. Please let us understand why your answer to almost everything was Hare Krishna. Please let us understand why tears flowed in Kirtan without interrupting your voice. Please let us understand why you could laugh your way through the Mahamantra. Please let us understand why honor had no place in you. Please let us understand why your heart resounded with the name when the doctor put his stethoscope there. Please let us understand why, in all circumstances, your instruction reduced to one truth: chant the holy name. Only then will Srila Prabhupada's mission be understood from within. Only then can one begin to grasp what Nityananda Gauranga came to give. O Srila Akinchan Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, at your lotus feet and at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, this is our prayer. We have no hope except Harinam, and we have no access to Harinam except through the mercy of those who love it. Therefore, please give us a drop of devotion for the holy name of Krishna. That alone will save us, that alone will guide us, and that alone is our hope. All glories to you, Babaji Maharaj. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to the holy name, which is the very life and soul of you both. Hare Krishna. Thank you for patiently listening to that. It was very, very long. And
Yeah, it's beautiful offering.
Beautiful. Thank you so
So
much.
heartfelt.
Hare Krishna. So,
I have no words to describe anything for anyone. So, Jai.
oh, Jay, thank you so much, Priya Mataji, for being with us today, for giving us your association. I am so honored to be here with all of you Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis today,
It's
glorifying Babaji Maharaj. There's really nothing more in life. We
truly.
are at the end of our program today, so thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us patiently. We do want to chant Babaji Maharaj's Pranam Mantra before we leave today, Pushpanjali and Pranam Mantras. So I think, Didi, can you post the Pranam Mantra so maybe everyone can see? Or okay, she's going to get this set up. And so we will chant together, and then Didi can offer flowers on our behalf. She's made a very beautiful garland for Babaji Maharaj. She didn't sleep all night last night because she was serving Babaji Maharaj. And we can all mentally offer our flowers.
Hare Krishna, Jyoti Mataji and Nityanandi Mataji. Just wanted to say a few words.
Yes, please, please.
I definitely feel highly unqualified to be here. But it will be my good fortune, and if I can speak a few words.
Of course, sorry, it's my fault. I should have asked. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no,
Of course.
I
Please,
wasn't.
please, go ahead, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, yesterday we were reading a pastime where it come Brahma Vimohana Leela. After that, uh, Dinabandhu Prabhu was telling that a pastime that a Vrajavasi told him was that Brahma thinks, oh, I should. Uh, I was so foolish that when Krishna was feeding the morsels to his friends, I actually stole those boys. So he was thinking, how unfortunate I am, and I should become a fish and go enter this kunda near where Krishna is having prasadam, so that when he comes to wash his hands, I'll get his maha. And so he does that, and he becomes a fish and enters that water, that kunda. But Krishna, knowing his intention, what he does is he uses his other hand, which was not dirty, and takes the water from the kunda and washes his hand on the dry land, and doesn't give mercy to Lord Brahma. So, I literally feel the same way, that I'm such a hypocrite sitting in this assembly trying to um, get the mercy, but you all are very kind and merciful. Thank you so much for, allowing people like us to sit and hear the wonderful glories of Babaji Maharaj. So grateful to be in contact with Nityanandi Mataji. I wouldn't have known anything about Maharaj. I had read a few things about him in Journey Back Home.
Mhm.
Definitely in Prabhupada's conversations, and also the pastime of Gaur Govind Maharaj, which Nityanandi was mentioning. So yeah, just wanted to read a little bit that I wrote
Yes,
while
yes.
hearing all of your wonderful glorification. Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Yes. So thank you so much, Nityanandi Mataji and Jyoti Mataji, for organizing this Zoom gathering to offer our respects on this sacred day. Both of your deep love and devotion for Babaji Maharaj is truly inspiring and has brought us all together in such a meaningful way. I honestly feel unqualified to be present here in this assembly. My heart often feels very dry and unfeeling, almost like a stone, and I do not have proper realization or devotion to speak about such an exalted soul. Still, by your association and encouragement, I am trying to say a few words. I feel myself to be full of hypocrisy and lacking sincerity, and I do not know if I will become ever qualified to receive mercy of Babaji Maharaj and all of you. So I humbly beg all the assembled Vaishnavas to kindly pray for me. I humbly offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of Srila Akinchana Das Babaji Maharaj, a pure servant of the Lord, who showed by his life the true meaning of humility, detachment, and exclusive dependence upon the holy name. The name Akinchana itself teaches me so much. One who possesses nothing of this world, yet is fully enriched with divine love. Babaji Maharaj lived this truth perfectly. He had no attraction whatsoever for material comfort, recognition, or possessions. His only wealth was the holy name, and his only shelter was the divine couple. In this world where I constantly seek security and identity in external things, his life stands as a powerful reminder that real shelter lies only in surrender. He demonstrated that when one becomes truly Akinchana, free from all false possessions and ego, then Krishna becomes everything. Babaji Maharaj was deeply absorbed in chanting the holy names. His life was simple, but his inner world was vast and filled with devotion. He did not preach through grand words or institutions, but through his example, his silence, his absorption, and his unwavering faith. I just wanted to read one or two paragraphs from uh, Journey Back Home, where Maharaj talks about. It just always stands out to me that Babaji Maharaj was the one who told who is Radha to Radhanath Maharaj, who is Srimati Radharani. One quiet afternoon, as I walked along the bank of the river Yamuna, little barefoot boys wearing shorts and little barefoot girls in cotton blouses and skirts frolicked, laughing with wild abandon, while playing cricket with sticks and balls. Other children herded cows, buffalo, and goats or sheep with slender sticks. Women passed with baskets of grains balanced on their heads, covering their faces with their saris out of shyness as I passed. To my right, under a tree, Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj was sitting softly singing the Lord's names. Taking note of me, he patted the ground, inviting me to sit. There we watched as a boatman ferried across the river. Then Babaji whispered, "Under this tamarind tree is a favorite meeting place for Radha and Krishna." Intrigued, I inquired, "Babaji, everyone here around loves Radha so much. Please tell me about her." Her eyes filled with tears at the mere sound of Radha's name. Closing his eyes, he leaned forward. The scriptures and saints teach us that God is one. Yet the one Lord has both a male and a female nature. Krishna is the male principle and Radha is the feminine potency. In the spiritual world, the one Lord presides in these two forms. The love between Krishna, who is beloved, and Radha, the lover, is the divine origin of all love. Babaji, I asked, how does this love between God's masculine and feminine nature relate to the love people share in this world? Babaji answered, under the veil of illusion or Maya, we forget the ecstatic love of God, for God, which is intrinsic to our souls. Love in this world is only a reflection of it. We are actually searching for real love in so many ways, forgetting that it is within our hearts. Babaji looked so meek. Raising his white eyebrows, his voice faltered. Krishna longs to be conquered by love of his devotees, and by the supreme grace of Radha, we can realize that love. She is the compassionate nature of the Absolute, and the fountainhead of all spiritual love. On this day, I pray for Babaji's Maharaja's mercy. May he bless me with and all of us with the spirit of simplicity. May he help us reduce our unnecessary desires. I especially beg for the mercy of the holy names, that I may develop even a little taste and sincerity in chanting. May he inspire all of us to chant the holy names with attention and feeling, and may he guide us from within our hearts towards genuine devotion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nanda Vinodini Mataji. That was so beautiful, especially Babaji Maharaj's. I didn't know that because I haven't read the Journey Home yet. So that was beautiful, especially when he describes Radharani. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So grateful to be
Yes,
here.
so grateful to have all of you here. Didi, is the setup ready? It was very beautiful, especially the part where he doesn't I like how he doesn't condemn the material relationships here. He mentions how it's just a futile struggle of, searching for the real thing. It's because we all have that deep longing for eternal love that we do these, perverted reflections here. It was very deep. Oh, there he is. I like how your garland is touching his lotus feet. It's so sweet. I think that's good enough, Didi. We can see him. Yeah, we can see him. Um, does everyone have the pranam mantra? Or okay, thank you. Okay. Didi has the flowers, so she can offer to him and we can all pray on our end. Yeah, how can we do that? Pin. Say pin. There you go. Pinned. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. That works. Okay. Should we start? Didi, ready? Okay. So we can all read together. Saumyam Sattvatanum Sahasya Kantham Sutananvitam Krishnanandakaram Ratantam Anisham Namaksharam Sundaram Srinandishwaram Ashritam Vrajabhuvi Gaure Cha Mayapuram Vande
Yukta
Yuktaviragya
Bhakti
Bhaktirasita
Rasita Shri
Sri
Krishna
Srinivasa
Dasa Prabhu
Akinchana Das Krishna Babaji Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Didi. Oh, she's so
Three
cute.
times. Yeah.
Oh, 3 times, 2 more times. I thought you were giving me a peace sign. I honestly thought this was Steve. You're so cute. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Saumyam Sattvatanum Sahasya Vadanam Kantham Sutananvitam Krishnanandakaram Ratantam Anisham Namaksharam
Sundaram.
श्रीनन्दीश्वरम् आश्रितं व्रजभुवि गौडे च मायापुरम् वन्दे
युक्त वैरग भक्ति लसितम
भक्तिलसितं श्रीकृष्णदास
कृष्णदासा
प्रभुम्।
प्रभु.
Okay, last time. Everyone give it all you've got. Saumyam sattvatanum sahasya Kantham Sutananvitam Krishnanandakaram Ratantam Anisham Namaksharam Sundaram Srinadishwaram Ashritam Brajabhuvi Gaure cha Maya
मायापुरम
Vande
वन्दे
Yukta Viraga Bhakti Lasitam Sri Krishna Das
कृष्णदासा प्रभु.
Prabhum.
जय
The Krishna Das Kavi. So I was going to say Kavi. Srila
जय
Akinchana Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai.
जय. Okay.
Oh, he's so beautiful. In this picture, his gaze is
Yeah.
so
This
merciful.
picture is, I think this picture is there in Journey Home, if I recollect correctly. It's
Yeah,
there. That's
yeah,
where I first saw actually.
you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I mean, there's such a penetrating glance in that picture. He's very intense.
Yeah. He almost gets embarrassed, like he's looking
Yeah,
into your soul.
yeah. Exactly like he's staring right into your soul. The mercy can enter. Thank you so much, Nityanandi Didi,
Thank you so
for
much. Thank you
organizing
so
this.
much.
We are so grateful.
Yes,
And
for
I hope
inviting
this
me.
can become a custom to do every year so that we can honor Babaji Maharaj.
Right. Oh,
There's no offense. All right, I will beg everyone's leave now, and we will also
thank you.
end the meeting. Thank you so much, everyone.
Everyone, Vanchakutpataru Bhayaschakpasinduva Eva Chapatitanam Pavaneva Vishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you so much, everyone. All glories to the Vaishnavas. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
All glories to
Thank
Srila
you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Hare
you so
Krishna.
much.